All right, let's do this thing. Cue the fake music. Howdy, it is me, the King, James Victori, everyone's favorite artist and author. And this is The Right Questions, the podcast designed to help you get paid to do what you love. And the right question today is this. Are you setting off on your day with a plan, with intention, with some expectation? Or do you wake up and pull off the covers and you are like a leaf in the wind? Just like something happens and you react, right? So I thought it might be interesting to go through my day with you and share what I do in order to have a good day. I think my day starts with what I don't do. I have a list of what I should do and what my day should include. But what I don't do is when I wake up, I don't immediately go to my phone. I don't sleep with my phone. I don't have it in my bed or under my pillow or even close to where I can get it. Right? That's intention. That is being in charge of your phone. You know, most of our equipment, most of our tech is in charge of us. We're up to its whims. Whenever somebody wants to text us or ping us or whatever notifications you have set up, get rid of that shit. Be in charge of that. Right? So you can back up and see what a day in your life really looks like. I would like you to really think about that and chart that out, right? Write down what a day of yours should look like. That's going to be your next assignment. Good for you. When I was a kid, there's the story. When I was a kid, greatest beginning of any story. But when I was a kid, my mother always told me that a good day starts the night before. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand what the hell she was talking about. But for me as an adult, that means to prepare. It means preparation, right? Preparation before you go to bed for the next day. It also means to set your intentions before you sleep. Because check this out. You generally will dream about whatever is vexing you. Whatever tasks you have the next day or what terrible movies you just watched. You know, I have to help somebody with their washer and dryer, right? So all night I've got these dreams of water running. You don't want that. Don't fall asleep with what's in your thoughts. Tell your brain what to think. Tell your brain what to think. It will listen to you. It wants to be your friend. Tell your brain to have good thoughts. I have put my head down on my pillow and it's like, I'm going to have lovely dreams or silent dreams. I don't even like dreams. Dreams make me feel like I'm doing shit at night, right? But I have to tell my brain, this is going to be lovely. I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. Preparation to having a good day is also making sure you have enough sleep. Now, what is enough sleep is up for grabs. Theories range from like 6 to 8 hours, right? Make sure you have enough sleep and make sure that you're busy enough during the day that you go to bed tired. Go to bed tired. Go to bed spent. I go to bed spent. I am done. If it's 8:30 or 10:30, it doesn't matter. I am done. My head hits the pillow and it's snoozers. Snoozers. Actually, I don't snore anymore. I used to snore like a fucking train until I stopped drinking. Funny what sobriety brings. But my biggest preparation for the day, the night before, includes making a list. It's a list of everything I need to do. All the big items. If I've got an article to write, if I have to prepare for the right questions, if I have meetings, if I'm doing this or that. It's my schedule for the day and kind of the rest of the week. And I make sure that I have a clear checklist when I wake up, so I don't have to go searching for what to do. And the first thing I put on the list is when I'm going to the gym. What classes are available and when I'm going to the gym, depending on my day, depending on my schedule, because I want to make myself a priority before my work. And a list helps us set the tone for the day. It allows us to control our schedule rather than having our schedule control us. Like I said, just reacting to what happens to us during the day. A lot of things come to me during the day, and I put them on a list for tomorrow. Okay? You don't have to react immediately. And this whole thing is not about productivity or becoming a millionaire or crushing it. I hate those ideas. It's about feeling better about your life. It's about feeling that you are in some control and being happy. Listen, if I really cannot schedule exercise, I know that I can do it the next day. So I don't feel so bad about missing the gym. And maybe my body actually needs some rest. So we just want to feel like we have some control of our schedule and we want to be happy. So we schedule time for work and time for play and time for love and time for exercise, etc., etc., etc. So my day begins early. It's probably a leftover from my dad, who was in the military. And he was always awake, super early, stumbling around in the house. So I have always risen early. And now I understand that for me, mornings are wiser than evenings. By the evening, my head is all so full of stuff, so full of clatter. And was that good? And will this be better? And all this stuff. And what's for tomorrow? That I can't really think that clear. My mornings are much wiser than my evenings. And I've never been a night owl. Even when I tried to, even when like in my 20s when I was supposed to be, it just never really worked. So my alarm is set for 4:40 in the morning. And I generally don't even have to set it anymore because I generally wake up about 10 minutes before that. And I love that. I love that. I've always woken early and I always rely on my body to do it for me. This early habit really kicked in professionally when I signed the contract to write Feck Perfection. Right? Nothing like the inspiration of a deadline. So because my schedule was so intense that trying to get the extra time to write a book meant I had to get up super early in order to get that work done. So during the day, I can get the work of the day done and try to be a good parent and a good dad. Well, I guess that's the same thing, being a parent and a dad. Yeah. And then halfway through writing the book, my daughter Nova was born. So I had to back up the clock even a little bit more. So 4:40 in the morning may sound unappetizing, but I create a scenario that I look forward to. I create a morning regimen that I look forward to. Because one, it's dark and silent outside, and I want to work outside, and I do most of the time. I have a little chair set up, and I get super comfortable. I look forward to being out before the birds and before the sun. I actually was attacked by an owl once. Funny story. He thought my bald head was a rodent or something. I don't know, a possum perhaps. But I make a point of going outside every morning. Sometimes I sit and work if the mosquitoes allow me, and sometimes I just go out to greet the stars and say hello to the moon, literally. I look forward to that. And if I wake up, if I do chance to sleep in, I feel like I've missed something. I've missed my friend, my opportunity to see my friend the one time a day I get to see my friend the moon. Right? That is part of my gratitude. So I try to enjoy these moments for myself. It's me time before dawn. So I look forward to making myself a very nice little coffee, a perfect little coffee. And during school season, when I've got to be the bus driver, right, I prepare lunches the night before. I do other preparation the night before and get things together for breakfast and for lunches, so I can buy myself even more time and not be rushed in the morning. I think that is the worst scenario. And that scenario is sold to us by television and media, right? The crazy morning rush, grabbing a piece of toast and running out the door, right? Being harried. That's dreadful. Right now, you're thinking, oh man, I wish James Victori could be my mentor, my guru. Hell, I wish he was my coach. Well, you can make that happen. Go to yourworkisagift.com. There's a questionnaire that will probably help you out, but it'll also give you access to a free call. So let's talk. Let's free you from overwhelm and creative frustration. Let's build your business and help you get paid to do what you love. Again, go to yourworkisagift.com. Let's talk. So waking early is the first thing I do. Having some outside time is the next. And then before I do any work, I have my own little gratitude session. And mine comes from a homework assignment that I've given you. It comes from the perfect page. So I've written down the list of things I'm grateful for and the perfect, beautiful life that I want to have. And I just repeat it to myself. And while I'm repeating it to myself and reading it, I'm actually making little changes. I'm going, and the first thing I start off is, it just says, thank you, right? So I'm thanking me, and I'm thanking the universe, and I'm thanking the stars and the moon. Now, I have high-performing friends who also have a morning regimen or routine. And some of them have a freaking laundry list, literally a laundry list of things they do before starting to work. And they're like, well, if you want to be successful, this is what you have to do. And it's crazy. Some people have a full glass of cold water first thing in the morning, or maybe lemon juice. That was the other thing, lemon juice. Or then you do a cold water plunge, or you do a brain download, into a notebook, or a diary entry, or reading for 30, 45 minutes, or journaling, or your gratitude practice, or an hour of meditation, or the gym at 5 a.m. Oh my God, shit, if I did that stuff, it'd be dinner time by the time I was done. I can't do that stuff. I would love to, and maybe someday. I would love to include the cold water plunge. That's very cool. So what I do for myself is I prepare myself to be in a state of openness and readiness, and reminding myself that I'm okay, and you're okay. And we all are okay, so let's get to work. I love cool sounding routines of what to do in the morning, but you got to make your own. I would have a longer one with all kinds of meditation and cold water plunges, but I got shit to do. And you do too. So find out what works for you. And here's a big thing. Understand this. Before adding anything to your existing routine, look at the things you may want to eliminate. What are you doing in the morning that does not support your goals? Is doom scrolling, right? Checking out all the social apps. That really does not move your game piece forward. Or this is a big one. If you'd like to wake early, hitting the snooze button is probably sabotaging that goal. There should not be snooze buttons on alarms. Why do you set an alarm if you're not going to pay attention to it? I don't understand that. Or this, possibly eliminating the crappy donuts or the crap you eat at breakfast that saps your strength, right? So you're yawning by 9 o'clock in the morning. So things to think about. So my mornings, the work in my morning is my writing time. It's my time for new ideas and to make notes on new articles or projects. Currently, I'm working on a new course. I'm writing a few articles. I'm writing an article for somebody else. So these are the things that I'm working on in the morning. I'm clearer in the morning. Some mornings I have to take the kids to school. So between 6:30 and 8, I'm with them. That's why 4:30 and 4:40 makes sense to me. So I have those 2 hours for me, And on other mornings when they're not around, I take the dog for a run. Because I actually really have to force myself to get out and take breaks. Because once I start working, I'm in it. I'll just sit there and realize it's 2 o'clock and I haven't had breakfast, right? So I have to force myself to get out and take breaks and go walk out in nature, and walk out in nature with looking up and not looking at my feet. And when I walk the dog, I walk the dog. I'm not walking my phone. I don't take my phone. I'm walking my dog, not my phone. So about me and work, if you don't know this already, I am easily distracted. So staying on target and staying on track is difficult for me. Discipline is something that I don't struggle with, but I am very conscious of. And I really have to keep smacking myself, on the wrist and go, get back on track. What are you paying attention to? Right? And having a list, having something in front of me that's easy to follow. And there's not like a million things on the list. There's like 8 to 10 things, right? And I love lists because it gives me great pleasure to cross things off my list. If I could put shit, shower, and shave on my list, I would love that because I could just cross them off as I did them. It would make me very happy. But having a list helps me with my distractions, right? Because it tells me what I'm supposed to be doing. And what I'm not supposed to be doing is spending time looking at other people's pictures. So most of my day is spent cutting through my list, going from item to item. And if something new comes up, or an email comes in, or a new idea, I write it down, and it goes on tomorrow's list. I cannot be distracted. I cannot change direction, like switching horses midstream, as that's called. It goes on tomorrow's list. And during the day, I don't get much done besides my list, besides making plans and sending newsletters and writing posts and my coaching calls and emails and plans for the future. That's pretty much my day, and I try to be super efficient and get it done in a short time. Something else to help my day and hopefully help your day is I try to eat well. I try to pay attention to what I'm eating because I know that my body changes radically with whatever I eat, and it will affect my mood. I had a decaf coffee I was drinking for a short while until I realized that it sent me into depression. It was the oddest thing. It was a decaf coffee that sent me into depression whenever I drank it. So I had to wake up from that and stop drinking that. And of course, I stopped drinking alcohol a while ago. 83 weeks this week, I think it is. I believe that's helped me with my clarity. I'm not sure. I don't know what it's done. It's probably done a lot of good stuff, but being sober sucks. Let me just tell you that. It's a lie, but it's a lie to illustrate a truth. So recently, here's something about my day, and possibly yours, and our diets. Recently, I've had a lot of stress, a lot of big life changes. Or perhaps I've just given myself a lot of stress because of big life changes. That's possibly more accurate, right? But I got into a very bad habit because in stressful times, I eat, right? And I don't just eat, I eat cookies and pies and cakes. And I was blaming it on the kids. I was blaming it on the kids because I was like, hey, kids, let's bake, let's make some lemon meringue pie. Let's make carrot cake. Let's make banana bread from scratch, right? But I can't blame them. I just really love pie. And I've been drinking fake beers, non-alcoholic beers. And I realized that these fake beers are like eating a loaf of bread. So I've stopped that, which is another level of sobriety that bores the hell out of me. I'm drinking fizzy water, Topo Chico. But the good thing is I've gained some belly fat, and now I intend to get rid of that. Pie and beer as a regular diet, no bueno. Just FYI. You might have been able to figure that out. So in my schedule for the day, I try to make time for mind, body, and soul, right? I make time for restful reflection. I don't want to be busy all day. I don't want to be a machine or just sit at a table or sit in front of a computer. Hell no. And I try to be aware of my thoughts when they run away and try to torment me. And for this, I have to schedule exercise in my day, if not every single day. And I put it on my schedule because, again, I want to make it a priority. Exercise is my therapist, right? It washes all the chemicals out of my body and exchanges all the oxygen in my heart and lungs and refreshes the whole system. Exercise is great for you. Try to get it in every day. Even if it's just a 20-minute walk with your dog. Get outside, move around, move your body. Use it or lose it. And because I have a plan, usually my day ends fairly early, at least my work day, because I am efficient and I had that schedule. So that gives me time for myself. And as you'll notice, most of the info about my day is spent on the morning, because the morning sets the intention for the rest of the day. And any kind of schedule or any kind of regimen or routine will help you. And I hope that this little reminder helps. And because it will help you be in charge of your day, and therefore be in charge of your life. And have some idea of what's to come and controlling that. So my day ends early because I'm efficient. And in the evening from 6 p.m. onward, really not much happens. I make dinner. And dinner is a good time for me to collect my thoughts for the next day because I'm doing something with my hands and my mind is busy. So my mind is free to kind of make shit up. And I make notes, or I research ideas or things I've been thinking about. I'm the king of notes. I like notes. There's little pieces of paper with a small idea everywhere. And if I can read something, I will do that. If I can watch 20 minutes of a movie, I do things that do not tax me too much. I don't have a lot of energy because my day is so full. I don't have a lot of energy from 7 o'clock on. And I generally go to bed by 10 o'clock, 10:30. Not too late, not too early. Now, here's the thing. Why am I talking about my day? Or why am I asking you to think about your own gratitude for a day, for a beautiful day, for a perfect day? Because a good day and a plan and a schedule are the steps. And they're a path to not only feeling good about yourself, but the path you're on and the path to growth. Listen, I'm not 20 anymore. I ain't no kid. I mean, inside I'm always 17, but I ain't no kid. But I learn every day. I get better every day because I make room for it, because I schedule it, because I plan on it, because I've got so much more to give, and I just have to figure out how to do that. And I stay healthy, so I have more time to do that, more energy to do that. And I stay strong, so I can carry myself when the times are hard. And I can continue to play. I wish you all the best day and the best lives. And thank you for being here. This is The Right Question. And I'm James Victori, and I love you. Thank you. Adios.